Hi everyone. Good morning. Welcome to the introduction of ArcGIS Experience Builder. I am Shivangi Paul, a senior engineer at Esri India, and I'm excited to take you through today's discussion. Our agenda today is to explore the powerful capabilities of ArcGIS Experience Builder and empower you to create the web applications you truly envision. For today's discussion, we'll start with a brief introduction to ArcGIS Enterprise. We'll understand what it is, how it works, and why it plays such a critical role, and where Experience Builder really fits in. Once we have that foundation, we'll move to the core of today's session, Introduction to ArcGIS Experience Builder. This is Esri's modern platform for building custom web applications. We'll see why it's such a powerful tool for GIS professionals, technicals, technical users, and also non-technical users. After that, we'll break down the building blocks of Experience Builder, the widgets, layouts, data connections, themes, etc. that will bring your applications to life. We'll then move on with a hands-on demonstration where I'll show you how to build an Experience Builder application from scratch. And lastly, we'll take a look at some user applications that have been created by users like you and me to inspire new ideas. We'll wrap up with a quick overview and some key takeaways so you will leave with a clear understanding of how Enterprise GIS and Experience Builder work together to support modern web GIS workflows. Let's get started. So before we dive deeper into Experience Builder, it is important to first understand the foundation it stands on, Enterprise GIS. Enterprise GIS is more than just a mapping platform. It is a platform that helps organize, centralize, manage, analyze, and share geospatial data across departments and teams. It acts as a centralized geospatial hub, ensuring that everyone works with authoritative data sources, has secure data management through role-based access control, meaning different users or teams can have different levels of access to data and apps. What makes Enterprise GIS truly powerful is its scalability. Whether you are supporting a single department or thousands of users, it can grow with your needs. It also brings advanced spatial analysis capabilities so that you are not just storing data, but you are turning the data into meaningful insights. An enterprise GIS system serves as a GIS portal. Various data monitoring, analyzing, capturing, and visualizing apps come together to create this system. Here, you can see the list of these enterprise systems, such as ArcGIS Experience Builder, Story Maps, Instant Apps, dashboards, web editors, field maps, quick capture, which are all a part of the enterprise platform. So now let's talk about Experience Builder in particular. The Experience Builder is designed to leverage the power of enterprise GIS. It can directly consume services from your web portal, meaning the apps you create are always working with live and authoritative data. It lets you build GIS web apps that work on desktops, tablets, mobiles, as well as while ensuring consistent branding, navigation, and user experience. This makes Experience Builder not just a tool for building application, but a way to unlock the full potential of your enterprise GIS, making it accessible to both internal, external stakeholders and through easy-to-use apps. With this foundation in place, now let's dive into what Experience Builder is and how it works. So what is Experience Builder? ArcGIS Experience Builder empowers you to leverage data, maps, apps, content to build map-centric or non-map-centric applications and pages with low to minimal coding. It is highly configurable with key features like mobile optimization, flexible designs, smart widgets, and allowing integration. When needed, We can also build custom tools using developer edition. When we come to learn about the building blocks of experience builder, including pages, windows, widgets, data sources, and themes, we will also understand how they work together seamlessly and how we can create web apps and web pages without coding. Experience Builder is built on fourth version of ArcGIS API for JavaScript, which you can use to extend and customize widgets and templates according to your needs. So we can see that Experience Builder truly enables you to work with all kind of data. The apps that you can see on my screen right now are such experiences that have been shared in public domain. You can find more of this in arcgis.com Experience Builder Gallery. So with that in place, let's have a look at some of Experience Builder applications. This Experience Builder application called Active Hazards is built to monitor different kind of hazards. So what you can see right now on my screen is the layered list and the different kind of lists which are real-time data. And I am here clicking on the geoclose layer to see the real-time forecasts of the rivers and streams. Next, if I want to see the recent earthquake that happened in Delhi, the real-time layer from the USGS data helps me to see that. If I further want to see forest fires or thermal activities, I can use the MODIS layer, which helps us to see the real-time fire activities. So here we can see the MODIS thermal layer, which was updated in the last 48 hours, giving us information about the brightness and the forest fires. We can further work with different widgets, which we will see further when we continue with this session. Now here is example of another Experience Builder application. This application is called situational analysis, and here we are trying to access situations and understand how we can use GIS to enable ourselves in case of any kind of adversities. So for example, in case we have a flood scenario and we want to see the nearest relief features, we can use Experience Builder apps to see what are the locations which are around me, what are the points of interests, what is the demography around me like, and such analysis can help us get really good insights about what is the nearest bank in my proximity, or how can I reach those locations. So here you can see that if I am looking at a bank in Rishikesh and trying to understand which other banks in my particular set buffer will be affected. Here my flood analysis layer shows that which areas directly intersect with my area of interest, so that I can take focused decisions. Using the Share tab, we can also share these applications so that they can be easily accessed by the public. Now, let's come talk about some key features of Experience Builder. First is flexibility. You have control over the layout and widgets to design your workflow. Second is 2D and 3D integration, which is not only about displaying 2D and 3D maps in one application, but also working with widgets, for example, filter or lists with scene layers and feature layer in the same way. We may also connect widgets to each other so that a predefined widget or one filter is automatically applied to the other filters. So with Experience Builder, you can integrate all that you see in your screen within one application. With mobile optimization, you can configure apps displaying a mobile app differently from those on desktops. You may also ask, what kind of apps can we build in addition to classic full screen apps? So you can build web apps, 3D apps, gallery, portal, dashboards, survey, and mobile application. So essentially, an experience builder is a canvas for creativity. The flexibility of mobile optimization, integration, and accessibility are keys that set it apart from its alternatives. So now let's briefly discuss about the different experience builder editions or how you can work with these apps. Experience Builder has three editions. It is available in ArcGIS Online, ArcGIS Enterprise 10.8.1 and above. And as developers, you can download the developers edition from the developers website if you are interested in customization or extending the Experience Builder apps as per your requirements. So now let's talk about licensing for ArcGIS Online. So as a part of the Essential Apps bundle, you must have a creator or a GIS professional user type to create these apps. For example, if a developer also wants to have access to such experience builder apps, they don't have to create organizational account, but they can use developer subscription access to developer subscriptions to access the developer's account. So now we have come to discussing the key components of an experience builder. So with experience builder, the building blocks of an experience builder app consists of templates, widgets, data source, themes, shared windows, screen groups, etc. So for this presentation, we are going to focus on the first four themes and understand how they play a major role in creating an experience builder app. So first, let's start with templates. Uh, Configuring in experience starts with a template. And there are two types of templates that we can basically work with. The full screen template for web apps and scrolling pages for working with web pages. There are also many default templates provided by the software, which you may preview and choose to start with before creating an application. You can also work with templates available in ArcGIS Online, Living Atlas, or pre-existing templates that may be shared by your organization to create a particular kind of app. Next is widgets. So widgets are basically the key components that make up your experience builder. The kind of analysis that you want to do in your experience builder app is determined by the widgets that you use. Each widget has a specific role. Some handle maps, other handle how you want to display your data or provide interactivity. Think of widgets as ready-made tools that you can just drag, drop, configure, and optimize for them to work. So they matter because they give you complete control about what you want to do inside your app. You can combine multiple widgets to create a seamless user experience, like combining a map widget with a list and a filter. So they allow you to focus and design your workflows without writing any custom code, of course. And so these are some of the main categories of widgets. Like map widgets help you to interact with map. For example, map, base map, gallery, legend. Data widgets help you to interact with your data in particular. You have also predefined user input widgets so that an user who is sitting on the other and can actually is not audible. Audible? Okay. Okay. So I'll continue. So yeah, so we're discussing about the widgets, the map widgets, data widgets, user input, analysis and visualization widgets, and also layers and layouts and content widget. So let's just take a quick glimpse of a widget. So here is a app that we created, and for example, we want to understand how these widgets work and perform. So here I have a elevation profile widget, which is found in the experience builder. And for example, I want to see the elevation profile of this region. So I can just simply draw a line across my area of interest, and I can understand how the elevation is varying across the profile. So widgets like this can help me understand how the spatial patterns are changing. This is again example of a special analysis widget where I can do my analysis using pre-existing records. For example, here I'm intersecting and I'm trying to see what are the areas that come within my area of interest. So next is data source. So data source is also a very important aspect of your experience builder apps. So every app you are working with is basically working with the data source and its background, right? So these are the data sets that your widgets rely on to display maps, lists, charts, and more. Experience Builder supports a wide range of data sources from web maps, web scenes, tables, images, or even external REST services. One important point is Experience Builder does not store data inside its app. It connects to live data from ArcGIS, online, enterprise, and other services. And this means your app is always using the most current and updated data with no manual updates required. So once you have configured your widget with a particular service which is updating in real time, your Experience Builder app is also basically updating in a real time. Next important thing to understand is working with themes. Themes control your visual style, color, fonts, and backgrounds, and they basically define the overall look of the app. Experience Builder comes with several built-in themes. You can also customize them to match your organization's branding, and it's especially useful if you're building apps for public portals while we are trying to ensure a consistent look and a consistent feel across your applications, which enhances user trust and experience at the same time. So this is another important component of Experience Builder. So most of the examples that we saw now, right, which were Experience Builder apps. So those were apps where we could perform special analysis and did get a key GIS output as a result. But we are not restricted to that when we are working with experience builders. To build a smooth user experience in Experience Builder, we can also work with windows, pages, and screen groups. So, for example, if you're working with pages, each major section of your app can be called a page. For screen groups, inside a page, you can have multiple screens and that the users can flip through, which is a really good example when you are working with a step-by-step workflow. Also, windows are the pop-ups which are triggered by actions like clicking on a particular button, or if you want to see a detailed information, you can add information like splash windows or splash screens or dynamic multi-screen applications that work with websites and also modern apps. So after we've discussed about these key components, the last important step is to publish your app. So once your app is ready, you can publish your app directly to your ArcGIS Online or ArcGIS Enterprise, and you can control who can access the app. You know, if you want those apps to be available only to public, internal teams, or only specific users, you can restrict the shared access to this to your apps. If you need to work on a standalone app, you can even download the app and host it in your own server. This is useful for on-premise environments where data cannot leave your network. So that's what you need to consider while publishing your applications. Okay. Okay, so now to give you a demonstration of Experience Builder application, I would like to invite my colleague Udit Sarkar to show the Kumbh Mela application that he worked on recently. Please take it forward, Udit. Thanks.
Thanks, Shivangi. Just while I share my screen, just give me a minute. Hello. Just let me know if you can see my screen. Hello.
We can see a screen, but it's the white screen. There is no demo or anything.
Okay, just give me a minute.
Yeah, it's a blank screen.
It's a blank screen, right?
Mm.
Just let me know if you can see my screen now.
Yeah, yeah, we can share it. We can
Yes.
see your
Okay.
screen. Please.
Okay. Thank you. Thanks, Shivangi. So I'll share my experience of the Kumbh experience, which was created in Web Builder. To give you the brief, to enhance experience of pilgrims in Kumbh, Esri, India launched this Kumbh web app. Uh, this web app saw massive footfall during the last 45 days of the Kumbh, and this was created. This was created on web. This entire portal was created. Sorry, just this so this web application was created on the web app, web hub and web experience builder, helping pilgrims plan their visit with features like real-time maps, navigation assistance, and even schedules. So I'll briefly talk about the features that was used to create this web app. Okay. uh, so this screen is it's actually the way iframe, which links with the web app created on experience builder. So we have created separate pages, like you can see how to reach ghats, hotels, parkings, emergency facilities, places of interest, and explore, which was all stacked together in this app. So every page, if you can see, every page focused on focused on a particular map that help pilgrims access the facilities. So the first is how to reach, which was you can see all the informations, airport, like how to reach from airport, how to reach from the railways, how to reach from the bus stands. It was all stacked together as bookmarks in this page. So this was one. And if you can see, also what we did is this. So then we also stacked all the bus routes, and then we stacked all the rail routes as bookmarks, and also the e-rickshaw routes, and finally also we have also uh, okay, we have also, so this is the real-time traffic monitor, which was also inputted in this app. So this will help the pilgrims come from its origin to destination and see how long it will take during that time, because we knew that there's an issue there was a traffic issue during that time of the Kumbh. So coming to the Ghat section, this is the Ghat page. We have stacked all the Ghats. We have stacked all the Ghats, the Adel Ghat with images, because we knew that a lot of people coming to Kumbh didn't knew about the Ghat. So we have stacked images also in this page, and also you can see that there is one details of the Ghats here as well. We have also included the real-time traffic from the Ghat, so that a particular person can reach the Ghat to understand what's the time taking from his location to reach the Ghats. Similarly, we have stacked similar to with the Ghats. I'll just skim through it. So this is the detail section of the know-hows of what the Ghat is, the details of the Ghat, and then okay, coming to the hotel section. So this is similarly, we have included all the hotels. We have the list of all the hotels of Prayagraj. Have included all the hotels in this section, which includes the details of the section. And also we have included uh, 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 we have included the details and how long it will take to reach the hotels as well in this page. Coming to the parking was an issue, and that's why we thought that including the parking section is important in this page. And so, like similarly, we have included all the parkings in this page, and similarly, all the directions, local directions, how long it will take was also included in this parking page. So another important thing, what we understood, that all the pilgrims wanted to know that the emergency facilities like hospitals, blood banks, or the police stations, fire stations nearby. So we have stopped all the fire stations in nearby, and then we have added a feature called nearby feature on map, which when so this is where 2 kilometer nearby section, and if we have marked, we put down the location on that particular area. For example, this is sector 1 of the Kumbh Mela, and we see that there are 7 police stations, 51 hospitals, and one lost and found center in the vicinity of that area. Okay. Similarly, we did the same for places of interest. Like place of interest includes toilets, ATMs. So in this particular area in sector 1, there were 8 public toilets and 1 ATMs in the vicinity. And finally, to the explore section, what explore sections had every layers that we have collected from Prayagraj stacked into one layer. That includes entry and exit, hospitals, hotels, zones of the Kumbh, and also the sectors of the Kumbh. So this was generally made for the police officers, traffic police officers in the Kumbh, so that they can help citizens, help citizens, or also the pilgrims assess the nearby location the nearby areas from a particular location. You can see everything that was stacked together. And also we have included things, real-time maps like Modi's data, thermal maps. In case there is a fire, we have also included that as a layer. In case there is fire, there will be inputs, there will be notifications on people's app as well. And you can see this is the sectors and sectors. This is the filter button where you can actually filter the sectors, the zones, and one can reach the sectors and zones after filtering the button. So this was generally, like I said, this was generally made for the police officers so that they understand, they can tell the people that where to go and how to go. And then this is the bookmark, like I said, you can actually, one can bookmark. This was also the which ways this shows where it was Juicy North, which is Juicy South, Gangeshwar, exact. Okay. Uh, that's that's all I have for this and from this example. The rest, over to you.
Thank you so much, Shudit, for sharing this application. I would like to share my screen again to show a couple of more experience builder applications that we have created. Okay. So here is a tourism application that we created using Experience Builder. What you can see in this app is, see here is it's not very similar to the other apps that you saw previously. So these apps have used data components such as sections, windows, and pages. So with this app, we can see that how a interactive web page has been created using Experience Builder for the tourism in India. So if I click on religion tourism, we can see that it is linked to another page within the Experience Builder, which shows us different sections of religious tourism all over India. Further, a 3D Experience Builder app is embedded for us to see which religious locations are present over which place. So if I click here on Puri and Jagannath, I can see that here is where Puri is located. I can even toggle with these applications which are 3D in nature. Next, if I want to see where Kashi Vishwanath is, yep. So to say, what Experience Builder is giving us is more than just creating applications. It's helping us basically curate an experience for ourselves. We can see how we are integrating both 2D and 3D content, and we can also create such extensive map tools with such applications. Here is another application of Experience Builder, where we created a experience using web pages sections. So here we can see how this application helps us see different national parks across India. For example, if I click on a particular location, it will take me to, just give me a second. Yep. So here we can see where Kaziranga National Park is, what are the key descriptors of that national park. So this was an example of how we can use Experience Builder, web pages, sections to create a not so conventional GIS application. Now, I want to take you through a hands-on demo where we'll be creating an Experience Builder application from scratch. So what I have with me is the Uttarakhand boundary and the hybrid imagery layer, which you can see in the background. So just this layer is masked. This is just a duplicate of this layer. I'm just masking it for visual aspect. I have the label layer, which is the hybrid reference layer of India taken from the Living Atlas. Here are my points of interests, which are important locations throughout throughout Uttarakhand. I also have a flood depths layer. This layer is actually modeled flood depths, which we have taken out using ArcHydro and ArcGIS Pro. And here are our flood heights. And I can show you the attribute table for these flood heights. So we have model scenarios for different flood height in meters. So you can see the flood value actually determines the flood height, and we have intersected those heights with various other demographic and administrative boundaries so that we could also take in those information. And lastly, we also have the admin boundary layer. So let's start with creating our experience builder web application. So once you have your web map ready, you can save your web map firstly. And once you are saved, you save the web map, you can start with creating the app. So when you click on create app, you have to select experience builder, and this one second. So this is actually the express mode of experience builder, which we'll not be using for this. And these are the various templates that I had discussed initially. So it helps you organize your data or an app or your application into quick layouts. And so for this demo, I'll be selecting the foldable theme. So just by clicking create app, a basic layout or the structure of my app is already ready. You can see that it is here with some of the basic widgets that I will be using: header, legend, map layers, and base map gallery. So now let me add some more widgets to this application to make more sense out of this. First, I will name my application Flood Views. I can also add a logo to my app. Subtitle is not required for this demo. And then next, let's add some widgets to make more sense out of this. So here is your widget gallery. Depending on what kind of widgets you want to show. These are map-centric widgets, then data-centric widgets. So the first widget I would like to add is add data, which should allow my user to automatically add data or services that he might have into this application. Next, I will add filter. After that, let's also add near me and elevation analysis in the end. Okay, so we have added our widgets. Our theme is already here. We can also work with the other themes that we have, for example, any of this. And now let's start configuring our widgets. So if you remember, we talked about data source previously. So you can see that this widget is already here, but no data source or data is being fed into it, right? So we have to select a data source. So for this filter, my goal is to filter the flood depths, which we have in the background, by the flood height that we have. So we can just go ahead and create an SQL expression. So if my flood value is equal to 1, then I would like to make a filter for this. So I would just name this label as 1 meter flood. Okay. And I would also rename this as 1 meter flood, right? So you can see the application, this filter name has been changed. I'll also add a few more filters. So this is a filter for 2 meters of flood height, right? So let me add up to 5 really quickly so that we can see how it turns out later. 2 meter, 3 meter, so this is me basically configuring the widget, filter widget, and we have done it up to 4 meters. Just I'll add one more. Right. So as you can see, only and condition is selected here. And in case you make it or, you can also select like 2 filters at once and it can apply. So these are the arrangement styles for your widget. So here I can select an arrangement style depending on my uh, preference. I can also keep an option to reset all my filters. So yes. Now the another important step is to add your data actions, right? So for that, whenever you change your filters, it changes on your map also. So you can set up so that when 1 meter flood changes, it pans to your map or it zooms into your map. So we have set up our filter widget. Next, let's set up our near me widget. So near me widget helps you really work with proximity analysis or analysis of some or summarizing around your particular location. So for near me app, for any kind of proximity or summarizing analysis, this is the tool, this is the widget that you can use. So for search method, we have used specify a location, right? So we can give any kind of point, line, or polygon to specify your near me widget, and then we can further go ahead and add analysis, right? So what kind of analysis do I want to do with my near me widget? So for example, I want to see what kind of what is the demography around my point of interest. So I can select this village demographic layer, and this is the summary analysis type that I have chosen. And if I add a summary, I want, for example, I want to see the sum of all the total number of households, right? I want to also add sum of total population. And some male population. Give me a second, I think there's a lag. Square mouse moving. Okay. Okay. Right. So we have these criterias, for example, defined from our service. So we want to see the summary of these few parameters when we put on a point location, right? So we can give so that the analysis is by category, and we can also see that what kind of analysis do we actually require. There are so many fields, right? But we want to filter out the extra level of information that is there. So maybe these are the parameters that I want to further look at my Experience Builder app. We can also filter out our results based on our future count, map symbols, and all of this. But again, the most important part is where you add a trigger action. So once you are done with, setting up your query or putting a filter, it also displays on your map. Right? So all of this is done. Lastly, I want to configure this elevation profile widget. Right? So this is actually taking the terrain 3D layer, which is pre-existing, which it is taking from the Living Atlas. So you can actually do such uh, elevation analysis based on the kind of unit that you want and the distance that you want. Fine. So let's now go ahead and see if the app is working as expected. So before you publish your app, you can check out live views from the Experience Builder app itself, right? So if you are applying a predefined filter, for example, you want to filter this flood layer for where flood height is only 1 meter. So as you can see, the 1 meter flood is only being shown. Now, if I want to see 2, okay, I will remove this, apply. Let me look at a preview so that it's visible on a bigger screen. View published item. So this actually basically gives you an idea of how within a very few minutes, I have configured this application, and now this application can help you get insights on the demography of a region or other important parameters. This widget, which is the add data widget, you can add any kind of data starting from your content, organization, online account, or Living Atlas. You can look at the elevation of a particular place. For example, if I'm zooming in this particular region, I am drawing a line from here to here. You can see how the terrain varies over this region. You can also use tools like Near Me, which I just configured. Just give me a second. Like for example, I put a point location in this area. I will see what is around my 1 kilometer buffer, and it gives me information of all the demographic components that I configured earlier, right? I could also add this to understand or summarize what are the points of interest which are around my location. So this was a quick overview of how you can build or use or publish widgets, publish apps using ArcGIS Experience Builder. We used themes, we used our data source, we configured our widgets, and we published the application. The basic layout was already ready, so we already had these predefined, right? So to wrap it up or to sum this up, let me reshare my screen. Is my screen visible? Okay. Lastly, I would like to talk about what's new in Experience Builder. What are the new things or updates that we have now to, support you further in creating apps. The app now includes AI-powered layout suggestions. The 3D toolbox, which has been enhanced for new tools such as measurement, slice, and viewshed analysis. We have also optimized performance for apps. We can load them faster, we can cache them faster. We have new data download widgets, which can directly export data to CSV or GeoJSON. Experience Builder is also tightly integrated with ArcGIS Hub, ArcGIS Knowledge Graphs. And lastly, Esri is working on widget marketplace to place to place and download community built-in widgets to enhance your apps even further. So I'm pretty sure a lot of you know that Web Builder is deprecated, and we are also moving to Experience Builder Express version. So Experience Builder Express version is basically the new new way to quickly create your apps. The inbuilt system and experience gives you much more flexibility, so to say. The platform is more modern, so the ArcGIS Express mode. You just need to sign in. You just need to go to Express mode, choose a template, add your widgets configure, choose a theme, and publish. It's as easy as that, and you can create a app in matter of minutes. So here is a quick overview of what the Express mode looks like, and you can also read this in the what's new updates. These are the updates that were released in November 2024, and you can read more about this in the ArcGIS documentation. So I really encourage you to start creating your own Experience Builder apps. These are your set of built-in templates which you can use to, readily start with your applications and create really any kind of applications that you envision. These are some more resources that you can refer to learn more about Experience Builder. If you want to enhance your apps excuse me, if you want to enhance your apps, you can use Developer Edition. You have the help documentation to help you look through all the documentation that is there regarding Esri Experience Builder. You have the app gallery, which will show you all the repository of publicly available apps, and you have the Experience Builder community to address your doubts. So that is all from my side. Thank you so much.